Hello there, Libra, Libra Rising, and of course all of you Libra Moon people out there. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting February 3rd, 2020. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, should you ever wish to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's called integrativemysticism.com, or of course you may also just simply follow the links below. So what's going on when it comes to your astrology over the course of this coming week? Well, on Monday, we've got Venus, the planet of love, harmony, affection, as well as favors and the finer things in your 6th house of work, your reputation, and your schedule, forming a lovely sextile to Saturn, the planet of restrictions, sometimes inhibitors, as well as discipline in your 4th house of home and family. And with Venus involved, there seems to be some kind of way to alleviate tension or maybe remove some kind of block or limitation as it relates to a home or family matter. And when it comes to Venus, this could indicate a shift maybe in your living situation that proves to be quite supportive, something that we are drawing into our life, something that we are attracting in that makes the homestead to be a healthier, happier, more vibrant space, or perhaps even a chance to make a transition in the way that we are running the home based on a new source of revenue or a new affordable or maybe even profit-generating way to live. With Venus involved, this is all about a gift coming your way. And Monday overnight into Tuesday, it's important to explore the options that come to you, because this could also be something dealing with maybe even changing the terms of agreement that you might have with an authority figure or a family member, or maybe something that you've got going on in a financial arrangement that actually not only improves the quality of life around your home, but with Venus in the 6th house also allows you to move in a completely different direction when it comes to your work and your service to the world. On Wednesday, we've actually got Mercury in that 6th house of work, your reputation, and your schedule, forming a sextile to Uranus, which is actually in your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as intimacy. Now this feels to go in a more financial direction, because with Mercury in this sextile, we have a chance to start working on the mercantile energy of Mercury. And with Uranus and Mercury together, there is some kind of breakthrough, possibly a chance for you to move your job in a different direction where it's generating more liquidity, or you may be finding that there is a way to add to an existing source of self-generated revenue or supplemental revenue coming your way. Now be careful with Mercury sextile Uranus. This is something that we have to be able to dedicate a lot of time to very quickly in the beginning. And this might be an energy that not everyone feels is something they can do in the moment. It's okay if you can't. Mercury sextile Uranus, two very, very fast moving mental planets, could find us in a place where we feel a bit stressed out by the possibility of adding in this new thing. But it's up for the offering if you want to grab it. So before we move on to the cards, I want to remind everybody, should you ever wish to get a session with me, you do need to go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you may also just simply follow the links below. If you click on the arrow next to the title, if you're on a mobile device, you will see the down bar. And in that down bar, there's all the videos that answer all the questions I always get, such as what sign should I watch, where do I find my videos, etc. I will stop doing tech support here as we get to the end of January, but I'm recording this during January. I just want, and then I'm just going to leave everyone to their own devices and their own due diligence. So anyway, what's going on when it comes to your card? Sorry about that, Libra. I ended up actually having a bit of a snafu, so I had to turn off the video and turn it back on, and so you know how I love to clip these things together. But anyway, it's an okay segue right between the astrology and the cards. Let's talk about what's going on with your cards. So your spiritual themes of this week have to do with the moon. Navigating truths and untruths, paying attention to illusions, paying attention to veils, veils that are being presented, veils that we actually maybe carry or embody, illusions that we maintain for other people, and possibly even illusions that we portray for our own self. sometimes the moon will show up because it's giving us a chance to really stretch and expand our intuitive faculties. Give us a chance to go deeper. Give us a chance to get into a space of real, deep, honest truth. But with the moon, it's also about the moving away from dualism. So it's almost like we have to actually confront the dualism that may be playing out in some people. Not everyone is going to be going through that, but the dualism that's playing out, almost like living two lives, maybe living two types of personas, two different types of personal presentations, and getting into a place of whole, authentic consistency. And you might notice with people around you that not everyone is always good at doing that. They have presentations that they bring out, maybe survival programs. One of the things I like about this presentation of the moon card in this deck is that we see with this girl, I don't know if you can see, the two towers that are classically depicted in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck are actually shown as two houses, and they are connecting through the, to her crown, to her head. Essentially, we have her living in two different worlds at once, or living in two different households at the same time, living two different lives at the same time. And in order for her to succeed in doing that, she has to present veils, illusions, and yes, untruths to the other house, whichever one she's not in at the time. And this is a week of integration, and we will see that. Where are people doing that in our lives? Is that serving or not serving? No judgment. Is it something that we're doing, a habit that we picked up? Is it something that we have to become honest with ourselves and others about? Because with the moon, this double life can apply to a lot of different areas, but it can also fragment our energy. It can make it difficult for us to actually manifest or create the life we want to live. Compartmentalizing our energies so finely and so concretely can mean that we never match or align with what we want. We will see other people doing that this week, and we need to be able to understand where they might need to stop fragmentation, but we also have to see what areas of our own lives might be getting blocked or maybe encountering difficulty because of continuous and ongoing fragmentation as well. When it comes to the influx, when it comes to what's coming in and affecting all areas of your life, we have the Judgment card upright. And I kind of think of the never-ending story where Atreyu is walking between the statues and he's sort of having his test of true authenticity, right? Test of true courage. That's what the Judgment card is. It is bringing things into complete focus for examination. It's the heart weighed against the feather in all things. And with the Judgment card, it's the test that says, look, are we doing this over again with the resurrection? Or are we needing to maybe clear something or purge something and get it off the roster? Or are we simply moving on to the next thing? We have to go through the judgment in the journey because that will decide, well, what is the next place to go? Now, with judgment, it's important to also remember that it's not a personal judgment. It's not judgment as in you're bad, or he's bad, or she's bad, or you're good, or he's good, or she's good. It's not about that at all. But it is sort of an authenticity test. And you may find that there are some people in your life that maybe are qualified and some people who are not. You may be also finding that you yourself are getting pressured to maybe come forward with the truth of who you really are in spaces where you have not. Maybe bringing both of these two houses together if you've been living a double life in some way. Or, maybe keeping something back, or maybe not necessarily showing your whole self, because it can be very liberating, the Judgment card as well. And when you do, you'll actually find, this is what I always find funny, is that you are actually getting a lot of positive reinforcement from the universe, and we'll get to that here in a minute. When it comes to the outflux of what's going away, well, we've got the Four of Cups in reverse. Doing things just to randomly do things, no good. At least not this week. It's okay to break the mold every once in a while. But with the Four of Cups reversed, we have to eventually evolve into a place where it's about intention, not experimentation, and where the intention in the outside is matching the intention on the inside. If you haven't noticed, it's all about split attention, split personalities, split presentations, illusions and veils up here. How do we reconcile things in a holistic way to come back to complete wholeness, and so that we're not divided in that way? Because the Four of Cups reversed is all about breaking with the norm. It's all about experimenting, which is all very well and good. It's a sweet neutral. That's how I describe it. It's a neutral with sugar on it. But with the Four of Cups reversed, what can often happen is sometimes we get into a habit of just doing things for randomness sake, doing things on impulse as opposed to really working through it. I've done that, for goodness sake. I just feel like doing this just because. Screw it. Bleh. No, you can't always live that way. And so we're kind of pulling it back this week to get some of that stuff back under control. When it comes to your material concerns with wealth, as well as your personal work or maybe your careers, we've got the World card upright. A lot of you are coming into a very good way in a material sense. This is a wonderful week for those of you that are looking to actually take that level up, step up into a new place of social and personal prominence. But with the World card upright, it is also about possibly taking on a completely different way of performing your work, a completely different line of work, and also something that does resonate with the truth of, again, who you really are on the inside. And now this can happen in any field or any industry, but it does involve us also bringing down the illusions, not pretending to be okay with doing something we're not doing something that is not true to ourselves. And with the World card upright, this might actually indicate getting closer to more influential people when it comes to your work, when it comes to your finances. This may also indicate a lot of you finding that you are getting into a good way of changing how much you're able to bring home and keep at the end of the day. On the external, we've got the High Priestess upright when it comes to friends and to relatives, and it does look like there is going to be a guide, an advisor, a mentor coming your way, somebody that is ultimately helping you to clear some kind of pervasive challenge, pervasive obstacle, and you might notice that this person is very much looking at you with X-ray vision. And for some reason, I'm feeling like this is going to be sort of one of those hard asses with a heart of gold. So you want to make sure that you're prepared to be discerning here, because with the High Priestess and the Moon, this is somebody who's mastered the ability to not only perceive veils, but also decipher them. And you're going to be finding a lot of you Libra people are getting lifted into a better space in a better way. But yeah, sometimes we have to go through a bit of training. We have to go visit Pai Mei, right, from Kill Bill. It's not necessarily a love and light life coach, but but he definitely gets the job done. And so with the High Priestess, I think a lot of you are kind of getting that this week. So however that appears to you, don't be afraid to welcome it. When it comes to your relationships, when it comes to love and romance, we've got the Four of Swords in reverse. And there's going to be sort of an overnight turnaround, I feel like, when it comes to an existing relationship or a current relationship, but it looks like it's coming through some kind of stress or duress on the part of the other. So whether it's a new partnership or an existing partnership. And the Four of Swords reversed, I'm getting this strong feeling of this person going through their own moon judgment combo moment where they realize, I can't do this anymore, I'm living a lie. It does not necessarily mean you, by the way. This could absolutely be about maybe how they're performing with their job, the friends they're keeping, maybe something that we're doing together as a couple, in the way we handle our family, or our families, our respective families, our living situation. The Four of Swords reversed is all about something kind of snapping, but snapping in a way that's sort of a wicked gift, in the way I would describe it, because it's bringing on this overnight opportunity for immediate course correction for them, and of course for you and your relationship or the prospective relationship, should you choose to lean in. So that's your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session, just go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.